Good morning, everybody in YouTube land. Got AJ behind the camera today. We got a lot to knock out. We got a lot of running, dropping off, picking up. Christian's not here today, but he did a wonderful job getting things organized here in the showroom, getting a few trucks back from service, getting a few new ones tucked away. And this is the time of the year where we're going to start getting our trickle chargers out and getting things kind of stationary, unfortunately. It's the suckiest part of the year for us as a business, because we have to work with restraints of the weather, whether it's too cold, whether it's freezing, lots of other things. And we have to make sure all the buildings are secure and no pipes are going to break. It's a lot to deal with across all the different properties. But today, he has got the Suburban ready to roll. That's going to go up to Davis Off-Road. There's also a little secret up there. We took a vehicle out of here. A few of you guys that are amazing, faithful subscribers know what vehicle it is and what we're doing. And a lot of people are going to be against what we just did. But there's a whole purpose behind it. I'm going to prove to you guys why we did it and that it wasn't that big of a deal. So don't get too upset. The 10 doors out, the show truck, black truck, the bass boat. We're going to be putting some things out front on display. And tomorrow we're going to be filming what my guys love to get up in the mornings for. I bet you Christian might not make it in early, but AJ will be here bright and early because we're going to film some rolling content tomorrow. 10-door, Grimace, LS Chevette, a few other things. So you guys are going to really like that. I think it's going to probably be one of our most viral videos ever. I also made a little shout out in a short. You may or may not have seen it, but if you have family or a younger person that lives close by that wants a little holiday work between Thanksgiving and Christmas. I actually said Halloween earlier, messed up a little bit. But between Thanksgiving and Christmas, we want to film a lot more. We feel like we're going to hopefully, don't want to jinx ourselves, but we're probably going to hit our 500,000 subscriber on YouTube, and we might hit another milestone on TikTok also. So we want some really good edited stuff. We want to capture some of the cool things that are happening. We always have people come in and splurge during the holidays and buy stuff for their family, and crazy things happen. So I want to capture more of it than ever. And we also have plenty of other more non-fun stuff, like getting tires and wheels posted on the internet, extra overflow parts, and lots of other things that you guys might find for the husband or loved one that's so hard to buy for. Guarantee we got something somewhere stashed around here they don't have. We'll also be getting some of the ATVs and ATCs and dirt bikes posted, and some of the other cool projects that we'll be working on. But the Suburban, I want you guys to see it one last time. I'm not ordering anything for this new. We're going to use things that we have already on hand at the shop, from modifying and changing and lowering and raising other trucks. But we're going to take a perfectly good Suburban, and to a lot of y'all, we're going to make it not so perfect anymore. But we've gave it a chance. A lot of people in the car world, is it unlocked? Don't understand our business and how it works. Sometimes we'll have vehicles that sit around for 2 or 3 months. Sometimes we'll have vehicles that sit around for 6 months. Like this one, I knew what I wanted to do the day I got it. Matter of fact, when I bought it from the man, which was previously a GM technician, I already told him, and he started watching our videos. He's like, holy crap, I understand now, JW, what your plan is. But we didn't do it. It sat around because as soon as we do this truck, mark my words, AJ, as soon as we do this truck, the man's going to come along and say, I'd buy that truck, but I hate that lift kit, or I hate those tires, or I hate those wheels, or I like black wheels, not chrome wheels, or I like polished wheels. So I left it as a blank canvas. But I can also assure you, when we're done with it, everybody's going to pay attention, because how viral was the last one of these we did with my tires and wheels on it? It was ridiculous. It's still circulated. It's still on some scammers pages posted for sale, and the man has it not too far from here and absolutely loves it. He bought it for a beach vehicle. It's a dependable, functional beach vehicle. But our philosophy of business also, when it comes this time of year and I start looking at numbers, doesn't make as much sense. Just talking to Junior this morning, and I said, look, I got some extra stuff for you to start working on. He said, no problem, bring it on, I'm ready. Junior is a shop owner that's been doing work for us for over 30 years, before I could even drive, carrying vehicles to his shop. And now he does stuff for us, basically kind of when he can fit it in. And he's more of a hobbyist now, still owns property and other things, but it's more of a hobby now than a business. So we appreciate everything he does, but we have a little more workload. And I even told him, I was like, if you say no to some of this, that'll be okay with me, because it'll allow me to concentrate back on tow trucks and wreckers and rental fleet and commercial trucks and cranes and things that actually do make profit. Not that these don't, but these are more of, this is why I don't go home and just kick a hole in the wall every day, because we mix a little fun with the monotony and the general public that we have to deal with these days sometimes, unfortunately. Which also reminds me how much we appreciate you guys, because it seems like our followers that understand how we do things are not the knucklehead customers that sometimes we have to deal with in this real world. And there's some people, if you are in any sort of retail, I don't care if you sell shoes, sunglasses, equipment, trailers, buildings, gravel, if you sell to the general public, you can sympathize with what I'm saying. People's expectations these days and the way they treat businesses is ridiculous. It's really bad. Like I said, sometimes I want to reach through the phone and physically strangle somebody, but you just have to refrain. Mom has a hard time understanding that sometimes too. She gets very offended, when people will send a message and then within 1 minute they're calling, and she's in front of her computer. She sees it. She's literally typing. Now, I don't know if I've told recently on here, she was a typing champion for speed and I think mistakes. She won an award. Matter of fact, didn't we did a podcast number 1 about it. So she's as fast as you can get on responding. Some of these other dealerships that have this same software don't even respond for days. She's responding as fast as she can, but sometimes they're still calling. I ask about pictures and I haven't gotten them yet. She's like, sir or ma'am, we will get them. Currently, AJ's test driving with a customer. JW is on a conference call. Mike has got a customer in front of him in a line holding. There's only a few of us that can do it. We'll get to it as soon as we can. Sometimes they calm down. Sometimes they get pissy. Sometimes they hang up. It's just the world we live in. We've learned to adapt. So we're going to do one more fun thing for the holiday. Thanksgiving's on Thursday, right? Starting Wednesday, which will be next week, correct? Starting Wednesday, today we're going to clear these vehicles out front so that you got a clear view right here. Starting Wednesday, we're going to do a Thanksgiving one, then I'm going to do a Christmas one. So Wednesday, let's just say Wednesday to Wednesday. If you guys come by from afar, and we're going to check your license to verify. We're going to see who traveled by from the furthest to visit with us. Now you're going to say, okay, that's not fair. I can't get there during business hours. I already thought through that too. This showroom is lit up 24/7. And we know what's in here. Stuff moves in and out almost every day and gets changed. Sometimes it might go a week and doesn't get changed. But we know what's in there, so we know you're not going to be able to fake the picture. If you make it out of business hours, you're going to have to look through the fence. But I want you to take a picture here and tag us or share it somehow. The furthest person away that has a picture and or comes and visits in person is going to get a merch package. If you stop in and we check and we find out you're from 3 or 4 states away, AJ and Kristen will still hook you up with something. I don't know what it is yet. We'll go through our inventory and see. Cup, koozie, maybe a shirt. We're going to have something for you. Just come by and visit. I can assure you, you're not going to waste your time. You're going to see some crazy stuff. There's some stuff in there that a lot of y'all as viewers haven't even seen. So picture, stop by in person, got to have your license, tag the picture here. Wednesday before Thanksgiving to Wednesday after, that's going to be our current one. I'm going to do a much more exciting one for Christmas. I love the Christmas spirit. My dad always did too. I inherited that, so it's going to be really great. Also, a reminder and a little plug, anybody that needs to update anything in the towing game, we're ready. Vehicles, we do have some dollies back in stock. We're not currently ready to sell gear, even though you guys know we're full of gear in there. That's for our vehicles here. But I can sell some dollies and a couple other, I think we got some Go Jacks and other stuff that we can sell. But vehicle-wise, we are ready. Wreckers, snatch trucks, medium duties, heavy duties, and rollbacks. The whole middle line is loaded up with rollbacks. Box trucks, enclosed utility trucks, crane trucks, material moving trucks, vans, every shape and size of a box truck, we got it. Some of them might have stuff in it, but we can get it out. So it is that time of the year, and again, don't forget that is a tax write. If you don't understand how that works, don't feel bad. Everybody starts somewhere. I didn't understand either. My dad explained it to me years ago. Why do we go out before Christmas and buy tools and other things? Well, it's part of a tax write-off. You're a business. So there's some things that are legitimate, and there's some things that might be questionable. We can let you know which way that goes and help you out in any way possible. So please feel free to reach out for free advice. If you don't buy something from us, we'll give you the best education we can. And if you are, again, looking to expand into towing, even if you're looking to rent, if you've got, a lot of people put their trucks down for between Christmas and New Year's, or between Thanksgiving and Christmas to have major service done. You take a truck like this that's been running 24/7 for a whole year, it needs a lot of maintenance. It probably needs winch cable, it probably needs dollies and bearings and bushings and to be greased thoroughly and maybe some brakes. If you're putting your truck down but you don't want to be out of business, that's where our rental fleet comes in. So happy to help you with that too. Anyway, that's my little plug for today. We got some good content. We got some square bodies. We got to get this up to the off-road shop, and we'll update you guys on some projects and some other fun things. Thanks for the support. Thanks for watching, and we will get you some more content as the day flows. All right, so since Christian did a video when this thing was absolutely as dusty as it could be after coming back from SEMA, that is getting ready to tap on the door of 1 million views. I think he was at 750,000 views yesterday of the SEMA 2025 Blazer. The sun was hitting it just right sitting up here at the shop, and just look at the paint on this thing. It is crazy how good it shows. Thanks, Mickey Thompson. Just thanks for the hard work, the dedication, the effort you guys have put into this. Pause it real quick, AJ. Sorry about that. Rather important call. I'll fill you guys in on it later, but just want y'all to see the square body sitting in the sunshine, be able to enjoy the paint. Again, this truck did go to a show this weekend. Daniel made sure to have it cleaned up and ready to go, and it was front and center. It got a lot of attention. These tires obviously are demanding some serious attention, and rightly so. 20 years in the making, something finally came back, and a corporate company did what they said they were going to do. So the Mickey Thompson Baja Belted 2 is the important part. I haven't gone through the comments yet. Christian did. And again, sometimes his responses may not be as spot on because he doesn't know the actual history. Matter of fact, he was barely born when we were working with Mickey Thompson the first time on these tires. So a lot of people thought these were, where did you find those tires? A lot of people were, I guess, under a rock. They didn't see the viral stuff that happened during SEMA and the unrelease of this, not just through us, through other people. I've seen plenty of YouTube channels that have concentrated on talking about this. But nevertheless, they brought it back. The wheel to fix with it. There's Mom. Surprise. Never know when you'll see any of us or where. But the 1716 forged wheel, I told y'all, you'll see it polished, and take a look at it. Like, it is freaking blinging. Some people said they'll never shine like a weld. Well, if you've got a set of welds, feel free to bring them by and set them next to our forged wheels, just so you have a comparison. And I'm not trying to be an ass by saying that. They shine the same. You can't make them shine but so much more. They shine amazing. The center cap, the fitment, Mickey Thompson really did outdo themselves, and I'm sure some of y'all are tired of hearing us talk about it, because it's not my company. I'm not making $1 off that. I'm just proud a company did what they said they were going to do and brought back a product. Now, we also did have a lot of people talk about the exhaust. So you'll see the exhaust here. It is close, and it is older, and it does need a little cleaning up. We may redo it, but hit it from the backside, AJ, so you can see the effort that has been done on the exhaust. it's a huge focal point of this truck. Now, these larger tires did get kind of close to the exhaust. It can't go any higher because it would hit the spring. It could probably come back this way a little bit more, but then it might look weird. And we do need to clean up and coat the inside because that exhaust is old. But if that's the only complaint people have about this truck, and it's been to SEMA in front of the most critical crowds there were, and they want to talk about the exhaust, the hacksaw will fix that. But the rest of the truck, the build quality, the effort they went into to make sure all the bolts were proper, everything was lined up like it was supposed to be, is incredible. And we're extremely proud of this and how it turned out, and that it is an older build that's been refreshed back again, because we all know a lot of these show trucks just literally went in the ground. They literally just got put in their backyard or the corner of somebody's garage and gave up on. This one's got a new life for a long time to come, being a iconic, crazy over the top, but not 10 foot tall, still drivable truck. So anyway, wanted to show you guys that one more time. You probably will get tired of some of these. Matter of fact, AJ, tomorrow, that should mix in somehow with the others. You got it? All right. AJ's got it in his head. We're going to let him draw a roadmap of how we're going to do it. And while we're here, let's just show them. We're talking about Christmas, talking about goodies. Phone number, website. You can email through the website. You can call. But if you need to get something, even a small something, there's lots of stuff in stock. Jay or Daniel catch the phone, but you don't have to come in for a full-blown install. You can pick up a gas jug, some racing gas for your loved one, shirt, hoodie, hat, spark plug wires, a little bit of everything. So we don't get in here very much to show you guys what is here. And if they don't have it, I think they get probably about a daily delivery. So I can assure you, if you got a budget, you come in, talk to Jay, tell them what you're working on or what your husband's working on or boyfriend's working on. You probably find something in here that they probably don't have. They probably have mentioned. Let them help you out. So back up to the office. Got a lot to catch up on, but just wanted to show you that while we were down here dropping the Suburban off. And hopefully, AJ, you didn't get that other thing in the background, did you? Good job. Saving that one for y'all. Soon to come. Got one of the rental rollbacks back from a fairly long-term rental. Actually, this truck was down in South Carolina. Got dropped off last night. So I try to include you guys on everything, good, bad, and indifferent. And I'll let you know very soon how this business has gone. So far, so good. Profitability, I won't know till I really sit down and work on the numbers. But more than anything, the tow truck rental side of things, and what I want to expand on for the new year, has been a blessing to the customer. And that's half of it. You know, customer needs to be happy. We need to make money. And I think this is probably going to end up being more of it makes a little bit of sense. It probably makes a little bit of profit. Might not be worth all the paperwork and headache, but it keeps customers going. This customer rented originally thinking he was going to rent for a week. Then his insurance company took care of him for 2 or 3 more weeks. Well, then the truck still wasn't ready and insurance wasn't going to do any more. So he continued to rent because he stayed in business. This was a small business. I don't know 100%, but I think he only had 1 or 2 trucks. So he flew up, picked the truck up, got to work immediately. Matter of fact, I think he said he towed on his way home back to South Carolina. The truck's a little dirty, but it was an extended length time. During his time, he had a tire issue. You can see the tires on our trucks. We keep them in excellent shape. Next door is a warehouse full of tires, a big building full of tires. We keep all the sizes and all the styles. These tires were already on the truck, but he had one inside one do something weird, and I'm glad he was paying attention. It got to getting all choppy and silly and actually got a bald spot in it when the rest of them still look like that. So he hit me up. He said, what can we do? So I found a tire dealer for this particular tire, which we have good luck with these. And they're not Michelin's, but they're not Chinese knockoffs either. They're actually a really decent tire. And we don't use recaps. But it ended up having a broken belt. So he was able to stop somewhere, get the tire put on. We got the tire for him. Worked out really good. Wasn't any fault of his. During the time, it also, I think, ended up needing 2 services because he was rolling. We were able to get that accommodated and actually turned out pretty good. So overall, this truck now has 104,000 miles, almost 105. We got it with 100 miles or 200 miles. So we're going to run it back through service. We're going to get a fresh inspection. Brakes are new. And there's a new replacement mirror in there because the mirror does have a bad spot. I guess this time around we'll try to get that stuck on there. We try to keep the trucks very clean, up to date, and of course it'll get a thorough detail. But that is how the rental works. It's really easy, guys, whether you're working with your insurance company or working directly with us. And the thing that I want to improve upon and grow next year is other items. I know a lot of you guys say work for the school or work for the county or work for the government in general, whether it's local or state or federal. Sometimes they won't buy you guys a piece of equipment. But let's just say you're relighting 10 schools and you're having to do it with a freaking ladder or whatever the case may be, and a bucket truck. We can go through the steps to get it worked out for rental, whether it be short or long term. I don't care if it's a year. Y'all might have a year-long project, and y'all might have a budget for that project. And buying a truck doesn't fit that budget, but renting one, I can assure you will. So the beauty part of our business is, because these are all our trucks, we can decide truck number 233 over there would be great for what y'all need. We lock it into a term. They pay us on a weekly or monthly basis. We get the truck on the road and rigged out the way you want it. I know also they might not buy you some equipment. If you need a special drill or a special charger installed or a special beacon light installed, we can get that handled too for our longer term situations. It can be a dump truck. It can be an enclosed trailer. It can be a tow truck. It can be a crane. It can be a material handling vehicle. It can be a bucket truck, box truck, van. Pretty much anything that we have available to us or in stock. If you guys have a need for a long-term situation, and I know I keep saying government. Government is just a perfect example. You might work for a corporate company like Philip Morris or DuPont. Same scenario. They're not going to allow you to buy, entitle, and register a vehicle and insure it. But I can almost promise you that they will work out some sort of a rental 6-month period, 4-month period, 1-year period, and we can assist with that. So rental is a big growth point for me for this business. And once we get big enough, I have office space ready to have it so we can have a check-in and a check-out, just like you're going to Hertz or Enterprise or wherever it may be. You also saw the Hummer drive through, getting ready to ship to New York. I think the transporter's on the way. You got those seat covers put in the back. Seat covers are in it. Detail is done. Service and inspection is done. Another happy customer. This is his second Hummer he's purchased from me, and I think he owns 4. And thanks for what you do, because he's actually a police officer or in corrections of some sort. And I know that's not a fun job for anybody these days. Thanks for what you do. Thanks for all you guys that are frontline and servicemen and everything else. Doesn't have to be Veterans Day or doesn't have to be Memorial Day, any of those days to remember you guys. Thanks for what you do, for sure. Let's go around this one, AJ, real quick. Let's show them the raw truck. It's really not bad. And to hear AJ say that, it's kind of fun. AJ is an old soul. He is determined to learn about square bodies. Not you guys here on YouTube, but make sure you put this on TikTok too, because we want to show these jokers that you learn. And AJ has been learning every day since one of the TikTok videos. Some people made fun of him saying the wrong thing. Good thing with my guys, they learn. I've learned from my mistakes the hard way. We all learn. And all he did was say K instead of V or C instead of K. But they ridiculed, and that's how the haters go. You on YouTube, I don't think it was a bad comment at all on there, was it? Or if it was an encouraging one, like, hey, yeah, exactly. It wasn't bad. So AJ picked this truck up yesterday. I actually purchased it Sunday technically, but last week I went. This was a car dealer friend of ours that I actually helped get started in the car business probably almost 30 years ago. 30 years goes back a long ways for a lot of things, but almost 30 years ago, helped this man get in business. And he decided he wanted to be more in the restoration, buy a vehicle, fix it up. He did some retail restoration for customers. He closed his business about a year ago. This was one of the trucks that he was in motion with, had sourced and found. I'll just tell you, he paid over 20 grand for this truck. And then put it in his shop and started going over it. Put brand new Michelin tires. Found a beautiful undercarriage truck. There's no undercoat, there's no paint. That's just a super ridiculously clean undercarriage truck. The vehicle does have a aftermarket AC system, as it was not factory air. It has a 350 that he said had been replaced. We'll get on the rack and look at it a little closer, because this truck would have had a 305. And unfortunately, where he was at with it when he stopped was the paint surface on the top is faded. The roof is faded a little bit. This is getting addressed tomorrow, so when you guys see this truck next time, you'll see that this will be in much better shape. We're going black. The reason we don't go chrome is 31 years ago, my same glass guy told me, don't put chrome in, it's not going to last. In my personal Blazer, I said, put chrome in. It's got to be chrome, because I had chrome molding. I wanted this to be chrome. He said, don't do it. It's not going to last. Let's keep it in the garage. He says, it's not going to last. And I was a picky kid back then, and spending whatever it cost to do this was a lot for me. So when I called him back about 6 months later and I said, hey, it's all cracked up right here and it's starting to change colors, he said, Jabe, I told you that. But he was a good friend of the family. He said, Jabe, I'll put black in there for you like I should have the first time. And he did. Lesson learned, chrome will not last. It hasn't improved any. So we'll be putting black right here. Be putting black right here. And I've already took the little pieces out, saved those, and painted them black. So that's going to look good. Truck's got a spray and bed liner. I'm proud of you guys that saw this yesterday and realized what's in the ceiling. Did you know, AJ? What do you think it is?
I can tell you, I don't know.
It's a cowboy hat holder. Makes sense?
You dead serious?
Serious.
I mean, it makes sense because it goes in upside down, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or hard hat, but mainly cowboy hat. Cowboy hat holder. So I've got a couple pieces ordered for here. The door panels are in fine shape. The seat upholstery is excellent. The carpet's fine. It runs good. It needs a dash pad. Got that ordered also. Window tint. Alvin will be taking this off. I want you guys to see it. Raw and original. When Alvin washes this truck, it's still going to have faded paint. That's not going to go away. The undercarriage is amazing. You can see where it's been sitting in his yard. That's where it was sitting. It's got new exhaust. It's got new shocks. He was starting his way towards the restoration. He always liked to start with mechanical, perfect that, and then go to cosmetic. There's no rust on this truck. There's never been any rust on this truck. All the little secret pocket areas, they still have the dirt that they've had in there for however long it's been there. It's pretty friggin' great. So our plan going forward, obviously trim, service, inspection, cleaning, pull the window tint off, and I think we're going to paint from here up. New molding, here up, repaint the roof, and probably leave the original here. This is the part that you can't fake. You can see it had running boards at one time. Even the holes where the running boards are not rusty. It's got one little spot where the paint has come off right there that needs to be touched up. But aside from that, this truck is well preserved. Look at the nubs on the, I mean, who puts Michelin tires? He could have put Super Swampers on here for the same price as what he probably paid for these Michelin tires. But that's what Error Correct is. Those exact block tread Michelin tires that last so long, they typically dry rot first. So pleased he reached out to me. We actually ended up buying 3 vehicles, helping him sell 1 vehicle. And I'm glad he kept a few specimens around there. So we'll be showing you each project one by one, and along with the process, it'll get wiper blades and lots of other stuff done. So we'll jump in this one, do a drive video maybe tomorrow or the next day. It's going to be the next one. I might have Alvin get cleaned up for y'all. and some more content on just learning about the square bodies, the different years. Oh, here's another thing. Somebody had a snap over cover right here so the truck warmed up faster so that it would not bring air across. So that's kind of a winter time deal, but it had a snap over cover at some point. Chrome on the bumpers is good. Looks like it had a couple fog lights at one time. Glad they're off there. One less thing we have to hassle with. That's it for now. Be back shortly. Guys, we're going on a little field trip. So this is going to be part of the 500,000 view subscriber video. But I want to give you all a little teaser. One of the first videos me and AJ did when we started the channel back up. The channel's been in existence for 15 years. Went real dormant. But one of the things he encouraged and that I was excited to do was we did a walk-through time of Davis Auto Sales. And I'm very proud of our heritage between my grandfather's repair shop that my uncles worked in, that I worked in, Brian worked in, my cousin worked in, lots of family friends worked in, and then our move to right across the street. That facility right there was a shed, and then later in life, the piece you see in the back was a house that we turned into a shop. All that was done by my dad and my grandfather, and a few little odds and end helpers along the way. But that right there was a concrete cinder block shed, and I'll show you guys some pictures. That'll be part number 2 of the series of videos. But right now we're headed to what we call the Ettrick shop. So the Ettrick shop, as we call it, is actually where my aunts and uncles grew up. Most all of my cousins spent countless hours there. I spent all of my childhood there during the summers and after school. And it's also where my grandfather built his shop in the 50s. So when I tell you guys we've got 70 years of automotive history in the family, my grandfather started the repair shop. I worked in that shop. My dad, my uncles, Brian, my cousin, and countless family friends that are still around. So a lot of history there, and very thrilled that that's still in the family. And we use it for storage. I've got a youngster that works on the side there, running some stuff in and out of the shop. So thankful it's still actually used today. I think my grandfather would be pretty pleased with that. But one thing I do want to tell y'all, one thing I do regret is I never sat my dad down on camera. I never sat my grandparents down on camera and talked about history and recorded it. Sitting down and talking to them is great. Do it all you can. And I know older people do not like being on camera, so I normally wouldn't say this, but set up a spy camera, set up the thing and record and not let them know, but record it. Because you are there listening, but you've probably got a brother or a sister or a cousin or an uncle or somebody that would have loved to have heard that story. And I regret not doing that. And today, even my uncle says it sometimes, there's things that we don't know, things that my dad did, things that my granddad did, and they're not here to ask any longer. There's things at our farm, there's things at our shop, there's some things that we just don't know the answer to the question. And when that person's gone and you can't ask it, it might be something simple, like where's the valve to turn the toilet off? Or it may be like, where's a property line? There's so many things that, you know, you can figure it out, but it's unfortunate. So take the time to sit down and talk. But this will be part 1 and 2. We'll begin filming it today. I want to have it edited and ready. Again, this was one of AJ's very first projects, and it was rough. Like, we had no mics. AJ had just started working for me. We filmed step by step by step of the growth of Davis Auto Sales, Davis Off-Road becoming, and so many things along the way that took place. But it was really rough. And if you guys want to see it, you can scroll back. Can you put a link somewhere, AJ, so they can find it? All right. So he's going to try to put a link or something of the date maybe, however you guys can find it on YouTube, because I want y'all to see how we tried. And AJ did a great job. All he had to work with was his phone and the editing system that I gave him, and he sat in that room for a day or two, and he edited it, put it all together. It was the first stitched together video we ever had. And again, that was when we were bringing the we were really bringing the YouTube content back, which now has grown to Facebook content, Instagram content, TikTok content, and you guys seem to love it, and we enjoy our history. 70 years of automotive history, beginning with my grandfather, my dad and my uncles following right in his footsteps, my dad venturing out to say, hey, I don't really want to work on cars any longer, I want to sell them, then doing both, working at night, fixing up, selling during the day, my uncle's fixing things up, working on vehicles for him, running it through the shop, so many things like that. There's more stories and more history than most anybody could ever fathom on this piece of property. So we're going to start here. You're going to be able to see a walkthrough time. I'll give you a little glimpse of it today of what it looks like. And I've been improving upon it and repairing upon it a little bit here and there, cleaning up the grounds, finding stuff that's been in the woods for 40, 50, 60 years. It's been quite an adventure. And we've got to go here to pick up a vehicle anyway, so it worked out well. I'll show you inside of what was going to become a boat production build facility, which things change gears, things happen, and it never took place. So that's what's happening right now, and we're on the way. I'll show you that in a second. All right, coming to a close on this beautiful Tuesday. The rain has held off. We've got a lot done. Me and AJ have been running all day. But tomorrow we do have a beautiful maroon, less expensive Chevrolet to bring you guys. Probably have the excursion selling Hummer transporting to New York. Another rollback has just arrived to get checked in, and we've got a few of them across the road getting polished up. And I have still been driving Otis. But we got to end the day on a little bit of a sad note. I hadn't even told AJ yet. He just grabbed the camera and we're trying to get this done. But my 102-year-old step-grandmother just passed away. Yeah. Me and AJ went and visited her not long ago, took her a new chair. It was kind of funny. We were walking through her retirement home and making some jokes, and got her a new chair, replaced her 20-year-old chair with a new one, and she was pretty darn thrilled. And we just visited with her, did a little video, and I don't think we've ever even posted that yet, the whole video, so I'll make sure to dig that back up. I feel terrible that we didn't, but me, Tabitha, Blakely went and visited with her, and she was really thrilled, and we were able to share with her at the time we were pregnant. Don't think we ever shared the news about what happened, but anyway, she did just pass away, so got some family flying in, got some things we got to deal with, but she lived a good life. 102 years old was pretty good long life, so she was a very loved woman. She'll be very, very dearly missed. Mom visited with her all the time, took her a lot of leftovers, and she enjoyed the visits and catching up on what the boys were doing and how things were going in our lives. So take the time, told y'all earlier today, but take the time to see your family any chance you get, especially your older ones. You never know. But again, we got to know that she lived a good long life. And that's going to be it for today, guys.